Students, I am Dr. Tanmay Vishwas. I welcome you all in my channel Chemistry, the Mystery of Molecules. So today we shall discuss this multiple choice question and 4 options are provided in front of you. One of them is right answer. I shall be very happy if you try by yourself and write your answer in the comment box. Then definitely I shall provide the answer after some time. Okay, so let's start. So if you look at the question a little carefully, this is actually there are many carbon halogen bond, even carbon CF3 bond, and its reaction condition is magnesium anhydrous ether 50 degrees centigrade in atmosphere. What is this? This is nothing but a Grignard reagent preparation. Okay, so let's discuss. So in first step, what happens is magnesium releases 2 electron to form magnesium 2 plus, and these 2 electrons stepwise reduces the alkyl or aryl halide, whatever. Now question, there are multiple time numbers of halogen bond, this CBr, you can see this is CF, 2 types of CF, even CCF3, which one will be reduced? So this thing could be decided based on their reactivity or bond strength. If you look at the CBr bond, this CBr bond is weakest, so it will break efficiently as the improper overlap between involved orbital, that is because carbon is second row and this bromine is fourth row element, so orbital overlap is relatively improper compared to carbon fluorine and carbon CF3. Okay, now question, why carbon fluorine is relatively stronger? Because it should be more polar. Actually there is another phenomena, that is fluorine has lone pair of electron, and it's actually, so these lone pair could be donated to the benzene nucleus. This is a back bonding you may consider. So in this case this is actually nothing but a 2p2p overlap, and we know 2p2p overlap are more efficient. That's why this carbon fluorine bond is more than single bond character or partial double bond character. Okay, second thing, if you look at the CCF3 bond, this CCF3 bonds actually nothing but a carbon-carbon bond. So this is covalent as well as strong, so it will not break under this condition. Okay, and in this case, why anhydrous condition needed? Actually anhydrous condition, if you look at, if there is some moisture, then this moisture having a proton means delta I plus this delta plus hydrogen, so it will react with this carbon which is negatively charged and produces this alkane, and Grignard reagent will be wasted. So we don't want this waste. That's why we prefer to use the everything as a inert atmosphere or anhydrous solvent. And another thing, interesting point of using ether is that boiling point of ether is relatively less, so reactivity of magnesium reagent is less. For example, if you have aryl CCl bond and if you have aryl CBr bond, if you want to break the CBr selectively, you can use diethyl ether, you can use. If you want to use this, if you want to break both, then you can use THF. Why? Because THS have boiling point more than 60 degrees centigrade, so higher temperature means higher reactivity. Under that condition, this CCl bond could be broken efficiently along with the CBr bond. Okay, so what is the answer? Answer is the first one. And why not? Other option I have explained. Now question, ether has boiling point 30. Okay, let's come to the second question. How many ether coordinates to the magnesium in the Grignard reagent? Why? If you look at this Grignard reagent, it is nothing but R mgx. So X donates 2 electron from X, comes 2 electron from this RMg, means R comes this carbon ion part, and but it's a 4 electron. So consequently what happened? This ether molecule donates its electron as it means its lone pair of electron to the central magnesium atom, and in this, after this donation, what happens? It has here 8 electron, means here 2 and here 2, so in total 8 electrons, so it's octet field. That's why remember student, in case of Grignard reagent, 2 molecules of ether donated, 2 molecules of ether coordinates to magnesium. But if I ask a smart question, if I take 1,4 dioxane, how many molecules of dioxane possible? 1,4 dioxane is this. So see, actually it's a diether, you can consider 2 oxygens are there, so in this case 1 molecule of dioxane is required. Now fine, second question, ether has a boiling point 34.6, so how the reaction could be carried out at 50 degrees? Sometime based on my experience, some heating instrument have provided this plus minus 10 degrees centigrade as a error. So for that purpose, one unique instrument uses, this is called high pressure tube or ACE glass tube. This is efficiently designed such that you can heat the ether near about 60 degree inside this, and there is no risk of danger. Obviously there is risk of danger, but that is minimum because its design supports that. Okay, so in conclusion, what we have learned today? We have learned today the CCF bond aromatic is very strong due to proper orbital overlap, because both are second row element and back bonding is efficient. Second number, CCF3 bond is very strong because it's a covalent bond. Second thing, CBr bond is weakest due to improper overlap. And another thing, magnesium is reducing, means electron donating agent, and it goes to +2 oxidation state, because in this way it get electron configuration, means next inert gas electronic configuration. So this is the overall discussion. Thanks for watching.